Hi, good day. My name is Carson White, and I'm representing Freshest Tech, fresh, new, innovative. Today, I'll be presenting the app called Engaged, which is an engagement app that tracks the engagement of students in the classroom by providing different tools to do so for lecturers and teachers. In the Freshest team, we have 5 members: myself, Carson White, Michaela Wallace, Casey Monta-Electus, Shane Bihari, and Justin Mahabir. Now we're going to be looking at 5 different sections: the problem description, the solution description, the product demo, a brief summary of the final system, and what would we do differently. So the classroom engagement app is here to deal with one problem. During the COVID-19 pandemic, all classes had moved virtually, and due to this, teachers were not able to very easily gauge the engagement of the students or how well their lessons are going over to the students. So they needed some way to track their engagement and how well students are interacting with classes and so forth. So we came up with the classroom engagement app. Now there's 4 main design ideas that we came up with that we think that would be helpful in making this app beneficial and do what is needed. First thing was a quiz activity. This would allow lecturers and tutors to pop a question bank for each session or create question banks which they can give to the students to do during the class activity. And based on students' answers and how well they did on the exam, different metrics would be placed in front of you so you know how engaged and how well the students were listening. Alright. We also came up with a quiz tournament, and this year is to make it a bit more fun, splitting the students into groups or into 2 teams, and the team with the highest score or the most answered questions correctly would win. Thirdly, real-time reactions. Students, just like we see on Facebook Live, Twitter, not TikTok, and so on, students would be able to use different emojis and even possibly GIFs to react to what the teacher is teaching real time. As said before, this app is intended to go hand in hand with other software such as Blackboard, Zoom, Skype, or whatever might be the platform the teacher is using. So students will be able to give reactions such as thumbs up, smiley faces, frown faces, and whatsoever it may be to whatever the teacher is teaching at the moment in time. And teachers or lecturers will be able to see it on their end. Also, analytics will be provided based on a bunch of metrics for each session, which teachers would be able to download as a PDF or whatsoever it may be. So analytics such as the attendance, how many reactions were used, what type of reactions were used, if you did any questionnaires or surveys, how many people answered and how many people answered correctly and wrong and whatsoever. We look at the system design. There's 3 primary colors that were used, 3 colors that were used for the system. We decided to go with purple as the primary color system. The front end was built on Vue.js, back end on Firebase and Firestore using a NoSQL database. Originally, the back end would have been built on Flask, but due to different constraints, that was changed. We also hosted the app on Google Firebase.
Hi, I'm here on behalf of Freshest Tech to demo our currently implemented system, Engaged, which is the interaction app. When you first open the application, you'll be served a homepage which will welcome you and inform the user of what the options are. There is our logo at the top left, and home, a join session, and a login button for ease of access. But scrolling down, we have an option for students and lecturers. So I'm gonna show you the lecturer side first. So when I click login, I'll be presented with a login page. I can then enter my credentials, and I'll be logged in, and I will be saved the lecture home screen, which allows me a session wizard to start new sessions. It will show me the current date and time, and there are some useful links to the top right. It will also show right now there's no last class engagement because there has been no class and there's no most engaged student, but that can be implemented in the future. If I click start session, I will be shown a list of question banks, and I can use any of these by clicking the blue link and start a session. I'll then be provided with a link that I can send to students. If I click lecture activity, I'll be guided to the question bank section of the application. Each user has their own instance of question banks. In this case, this user has many question banks, and you can click this to create a new question bank. You just enter the name and click add and create a new question bank. I am now going to navigate into this data structures bank to view the questions in this. Currently, there are 2 questions in the data structures bank. I can also add a question by entering the question text, 4 possible answers, and choose the correct answer and add the question to the database so that it can then be used in the lecture session. I'm now going to log out as a lecturer and go home. Now, as a student, I can click join session. When I click join session, I'll be led to this page where I can now enter a code, the session code provided by the lecturer, enter my name, and if I click join session, I can join. I'll now be talking to you about our final thoughts about the project. Firstly, due to other projects, a tight schedule and less sprints, shorter sprints, we weren't able to implement as many features as we would have liked to. In the beginning, we chose certain frameworks and certain features, but we slowly realized that our team had no experience using these things. So midway through the project, we had to switch frameworks and switch our CSS library, and we also had to learn a new framework view. So this decreased the amount of time we had to actually develop the project. What we would do is next time is to use things that our team is accustomed to and make sure and harbor the strong points of our team members and do prior investigation about resources available specific to the project, meaning that we would find libraries and frameworks that would be helpful in producing the exact project that we want. Thank you for your time today and taking the time to view our presentation.